good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. This is the Confab on Esteem Radio Vision. And you know, the Confab is where we look at national issues. Sometimes we go beyond Nigeria to other parts of the globe. I am Chidima Abel. And this morning on the Confab, we'll be analyzing the headlines with some of the analysts in the studio. But don't forget that we are located at Obukun Avenue in Elisha, Osun State, Nigeria. Once again, good morning to you, good afternoon, and good evening. Today we place Nigeria's politics, we place Nigeria's priorities, we place Nigerian people under the microscope. One hand, the ruling All Progressives Congress says it has digitally verified over 2 million members in just 1 week, projecting efficiency, projecting data-driven mobilization, and growing political strength within the political party. Now, in the same breath, party leaders are rallying youths with promises of empowerment, promises of grants, promises of inclusion. But the question is this genuine political participation or another season of numbers, optics, and mobilization without long-term impact? At the same time, the federal government is budgeting billions of naira to power generators in the State House and also to maintain aircraft in the presidential air fleet. This is happening in a country where millions of citizens live with unstable electricity, rising fuel costs, and shrinking household incomes. It forces us to ask, a hard question. Are government priorities aligned with the realities of the people? Or is governance, becoming increasingly insulated from public hardship? And beyond politics and power, there is a quieter but troubling story. Over 21,000 refugees in Nigeria remain unregistered, unable to access food, unable to access health care or humanitarian support, as new arrivals continue to, outpace registration capacity. Thousands are left in limbo, raising serious humanitarian, security, and moral concerns. These three stories, though very different, are connected by one central theme: governance choices. Who is counted, who is protected, and who truly benefits from power? Today, we interrogate the numbers, the spending, and human cause behind the headlines. So stay with us on the Confab this morning. Yes, I have in the studio with me Ohunayo Ajiboye. Ohunayo, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Chidima.
And I also have Oluwatoyosi, Solanke. Welcome, Oluwatoyosi.
Thank you, Chidima. Good morning.
Good morning. So how are you two doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right, and you, Ohunayo?
I'm doing great this morning, thank you.
Oh, I can see you're really doing great. It's that voice.
What?
Signals so much strength. So yes, so
well,
much,
the weather was not
energy.
as cold as yesterday, so definitely, yes, doing great.
Okay, now we'll be, going straight to the very first story we have here. The story has A and B. Okay, I think it's the second story. Yes, the first story has A and B. And then the first one says APC announces verification of 2 million members, targets full digital registration. All Progressives Congress has announced that more than 2 million members have been digitally registered and verified nationwide, barely 1 week after the commencement of its nationwide membership revalidation exercise. And we wouldn't know whether this is just a kind of campaign strategy just to, intimidate the other party. These things happen in Nigeria. A lot of people are already asking a question. This figure that was released by APC, are they really sure they're speaking the truth? Or is it just one of the strategies to, intimidate PDP or Labour Party and the rest of the parties? So this is what we'll be looking at this morning. So how do you even see it? Let's start with the very first thing.
Well, what does Solanke have to say about that? I mean, do you actually believe that
Well,
this is the APC being, proactive, and they are actually data-driven?
It actually sounds impressive. To me, it sounds impressive though.
Sounds impressive.
Yes,
okay,
but
now,
without accurate and independent intervention, like they have to go through a lot of audits. Many Nigerians will doubt that.
Yes.
We won't believe.
Okay, now you, Ohunayo, how do you see it? Is this, political strategy and...
Well, in a country where data manipulation has historically plagued anything political in this country. And sorry but not sorry to say, APC has always been at the center of the so-called manipulations, allegedly. I don't really want to believe this. I want to believe it's all just a strategy. It's all just it's what do we call that in literature again? What's the name of when you inflate something?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's hyperbole.
it's hyperbole.
Okay, yeah.
It's hyperbole. It's
yeah,
an exaggeration. I believe that yes, they have that. They have an impressive data source, and you know they are collating numbers. But I want to believe they exaggerated the numbers in order to show efficiency and effectiveness. And you know, exaggeration is allowed in politics. Exaggeration is allowed in politics. Is one of the strategies of
So
actually
you are
of
saying
politics
that
actually.
exaggeration, in other words, is just saying blowing things out of proportion.
Yes,
so
in
other words,
order
you could
to
say
achieve a
that they
certain
are
effect.
lying.
And you
Abi,
know,
they are lying. So you are saying now that lying
exaggeration is not
acceptable.
lying. I'm not saying that it's lying. Exaggeration is not lying. When you inflate
When
numbers,
you say,
you know, this is not.
I gave you.
This is not a. Now it has come to politics, and I
Okay.
said in politics, exaggeration is acceptable because one of the things about politics is you have to start seeing politics as a battlefield. It's a mental battlefield. It's a structural battlefield. So there are so many strategies to destabilize the
I don't
opposition.
agree.
So this
Solanke
is one
agrees
of
with
the.
this.
This is
Solanke-
one of the opposite. This is one of the things we are talking about.
You
You know.
are saying that lying is allowed. You could go.
That's why
You are
politics
putting
is
words
called
in
a
my
dirty game.
mouth.
That's why
You're
politics
putting-
is actually called
you're
a dirty
putting-
game.
you're
You
putting
agree
words
with
in my
him that
mouth.
You should go all your way out to do anything. no
I'm
matter
not
what it
saying
takes.
do
No,
anything.
no.
I'm not
Now
saying
we are
do-
talking about
listen.
politics here. It's actually a dirty game. That's how they roll.
Exactly.
they
Thank you,
roll.
Solanke. See?
Okay, that's how they roll.
That's how they roll. So exaggeration is allowed in politics because now what they have done is they have announced. Now they have not gone to INEC and said we have this. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a crowd. When they announce things on social media like this or they announce on platforms like this, that's why I said exaggeration is a strategy to make the opposition act and check themselves and be like, oh, we don't have that number.
To make it competitive.
To make it competitive, and then the opposition has to sit up, the opposition has to try one thing or the other, but when they find that they're unable to do this kind of things, you know, it will bring some kind of skepticism into the opposition members, and they'll be like, they'll start questioning themselves, are we actually in the right party? Is this party even serious at all? Look at what APC is doing. It's all a strategy. That's why I said exaggeration is allowed.
So what if all the parties
this
decide
situation.
to adopt that system by bringing
All
out
parties
unrealistic
do it.
numbers?
Chidima, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that all parties do this. All parties. No party is exempted from exaggeration. But where it will become a problem is when it's time to publish official number or submit official records and then they are trying to inflate numbers. That is a crime. But if it's just word of the mouth announcement, anybody can say anything, anybody can exaggerate. Do you understand?
So anybody.
And we
can
also have
just-
to look at the other side of it, that they might actually truly have that number and capability, which I would say is very impressive if they do have it. A very big if on my part.
Okay.
But if they do have it, that's very impressive.
All right. In a related development, the commissioner rallies Cross River youths for APC, announces 600 million naira grants. In a related development, commissioner rallies Cross River youths for APC, announces 600 million naira grants. Now, this is just like the survival of the fittest. Who knows how to fight the battle? We actually win the battle. So now, the APC commissioner is now rallying the youth in Cross River State and even promised them 600 million naira grants just for them to be in support of APC. How do you see this? Does it really does it augur well for Nigeria, for Nigerian political system?
Well, for the Nigerian political system, I know Solanke has something to say, but you will give me just a minute, my dear sister. Let me break this down a bit. So for the political system in Nigeria, we have not really been practicing politics the right way for a long time now. And one thing we have always seen is money-induced politics. It has always been interest filled. It's always interest, conflict of interest everywhere. See, the problem with our government leaders is it's as if they have no creative direction or they have no idea how to play this political game without using money. For example, now, a lot of people will question the Cross River Commissioner. You never tried to empower the youth all this while, and suddenly it's close to election season.
Time,
And now
exactly.
you see the problem is no, APC is not paying me. I'm not going to give you guys strategies. Come on. But this is the thing. right? It's election season, and then you are empowering youth, and now you're not even putting it, you're not even trying to, stylishly cover it and say youth empowerment. You are saying
Exactly.
rally for APC.
APC.
And it's just and it's just unfortunate that in this country, both the ruling parties and the oppositions, they don't even, it's as if they are clueless on how to play this political game. A strong opposition would take that, they will take that as an evidence, and they will run with it in such a way that the ruling party, like APC, that they will lose credibility for that. But like I said, in Nigeria, we have not really been playing the political game the right way. It's always been interest and money induced, and that is what we are seeing here now. This is an election season inducement, just to rally the youth for APC by giving them grants.
Before you come to Solanke, what do you expect from the youths of Cross River State? With this, are they supposed to, accept this offer?
Have you ever seen?
To me, it's just a way of mortgaging their conscience by promising
No. I would disagree with that.
Okay.
It's not mortgaging their conscience because of 600 million naira grant. This money is being sourced from Nigerians' Commonwealth. And remember, calm down.
You said something. You said they knew they were supposed to empower these people. They knew before election time that they should empower the youth. Cross River youths needed this empowerment, but they never did it until now that the election is around the corner.
So there's no way, exactly. So there's no way I'm going to tell the youth to reject the empowerment. Take the empowerment, but keep your voting conscience alive.
Okay.
It's simple.
Okay.
Take the empowerment. It's your right. It's what you deserve. As youths of a certain state, they should have empowered you, but they refused to empower you at the right time. Now they want to use in election season to cover up as a bait to get you to vote for them or support them. My brothers and sisters, collect your empowerment. It's your entitlement, but keep your voters' conscience alive. If you believe APC is still the best party to keep this country going, then vote APC. None of my business. But if you know in your heart that the party is the wrong party, then you know what to do. It's not about what they give you, because whatever the government gives to you is what you deserve as citizens. I mean, we all went to school, we all did civic studies, social studies. We know about the responsibilities of the government to the citizens and the responsibilities of citizens to the government. But why is it that government will never do their due diligence? Why is it that they will never take care of their responsibilities until it is election time?
Period, yeah.
So take the empowerment, please. Enjoy it. Take the money. Establish what you need to establish. Let the government fund you, but don't sell your conscience because of empowerment. That's all I'll say.
But you will still agree that it is a way of mortgaging their conscience. But
that is fact. That is.
Okay.
It's
Now,
not a way of.
It's
fact that the empowerment is for them to.
I believe
commissioner,
true
I don't know whether you got the question correctly. The commissioner rallying the Cross River youth for APC and even announcing 600 million naira grant for them.
Yeah, I believe true empowerment should be a sustainable skill or job that should go for a lifelong aspect, and not just the financial promises because of election. Just like Ohunayo has said, I'm also advising the state youth to just collect. They should collect it. It's their right. It's a national cake. So they can actually collect. It's true. They can actually collect the grant and still not vote for that political party. They should just exercise their right and vote for the right candidate. That's just the right political party, the right candidate, and not just sell out their soul because a certain political party gave them a bait. Because I see it as a bait. What has happened to the previous years? Why is it just now that they are giving such grants to them? So a true empowerment should be about sustainable jobs and sustainable skills, and not just about financial promises because of the forthcoming election. So that's my summit, Chidima.
All right. Right now we can see the comments already displaying on the screen. We have about 2 comments here saying, somebody said, that's Afolabi Adenikpe Kunruben Prince. It says, well done, guys. And yet another one says, some political parties inflated numbers of their members just to perpetrate their planned evil rigging during the election. In fact, this one is very hot. Honestly speaking, I don't know how you want to, but I know that he's just speaking his mind. It is good for everyone to, voice their opinion. Yes, you don't have to
Yes.
bottle it up. That is why we are always advising the youth of Nigerians, to
speak
speak
up.
up. You
Yes.
don't just keep quiet and expect everything to, go the way you want it. When we talk about the government, we are actually the government, every one of us, not just the president or the governors. We are all to make Nigeria what we really desire to be. Okay, now, the commissioner says something which I would really want you, Ohunayo and Solanke, to say something about this.
Okay.
The Cross River State Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, in the person of Oden Ewa, he said President Bola Tinubu and Cross River State Governor Basioto have made impactful and sustainable contributions to youth development at the national, I listened to this, at the national and then state levels by investing in programs and policies that secure the future of young Nigerians. Okay, now, with what he said, I could deduce that he must have reasoned that, okay, since the president has done so much for the youth at the national level and then at the state level, the youth of Nigeria should then, you put their weight around him by supporting APC. That is where he's drawing that inspiration from. Now, do you agree with him that the president has actually been of, great impact to the Nigerian youth at the national and also at the state level?
I would like Solanke to go first.
All right. My question is, how many youth are aware of these programs?
Okay.
Myself as a youth, aside TVET and just one loan app that was invented by the president himself, I don't know of any other what do you call it? Empowerment. Yes, empowerment program. So the thing is their means of communication. Number one, how do they bring out these ideas? How do they communicate to the youth out there? How many youth out there know about these programs? I believe it's just an internet thing. Thank you. How many youth actually have access to this so-called empowerment in quotes, national and state level? Me as a youth, I only know of one. And the one I'm just hearing this morning about a particular app built for Nigerian youth. Another thing is, how are they doing it whereby this so-called empowerment is just within a particular group? For instance, you will agree with me that people that are working under this thing, they are the ones that will bring their families. You won't see people that are in the market or youth that are actually unemployed, that they actually needed this so-called empowerment. You will not see them there. It will just be within themselves.
Yeah, that reminds me of something that happened once, and for the sake of being on air, I'm not going to reveal much details about that. But there was I think it was last year when the federal governments will keep announcing we have disbursed over 100 billion naira to families and households. And a lot of people will come online and they will say, if you know anybody that knows anybody
that has access to this,
that has been privileged to receive this funds, please indicate, and it will be zero. And
nobody.
Then one day, one man came online to show receipts of a transaction that he actually received money.
Just
by the
a man.
time eagle-eyed viewers checked the transaction, they discovered that the man sent money to himself from another bank account.
Can you beat that?
To prove that the government
Sent to
money.
him.
Unfortunately, maybe because he does not really know how to manipulate technology very well, because he's a very advanced man in age. I think he was around 60 years, but he was so loyal to his party, APC, and he wanted to show that his party was working. So he did that, and that was so funny when I saw that. But funny enough, I knew of someone in my area that had access to that grant. But she was the only one, and when she got that access, she told me that her father, who happened to be a very big community leader and also a vibrant APC member, was the one that was able to obtain that thing for her. So now then, this now becomes the question: is all these benefits, all these empowerments, are they only meant for APC youth? And look at what the commissioner did. He's rallying youth for the APC. That's why I said that these people don't understand politics. They don't understand how the game should be played. Once you are in power, forget about opposition parties. The nation becomes your concern. But unfortunately, it's always party.
That's just it. It circulates within their political party. It never go out to the masses that is actually meant for in the first place.
And that's why I said the opposition
That's just
does
it.
not know what they are doing. Because if I was in the opposition party, but I will not give them free advice, you must pay me for the advice too. But if I was in the opposition party, these are ammunitions that you can actually use to bring the people to your side, to get the goodwill of the people and turn the goodwill of the people against the sitting government. Because they are not doing the right thing. It's only election period that they start going up and down and offering benefits, and even the benefits they offer still still will not get to the people it's supposed
To
to
the-
get to.
That's correct.
Okay, now you both said these incentives go to the party loyalists.
Yes.
What about the family members of this politicians? You never said
Just
anything
few
about
of them. Just few of them. Even if
It's
you're
all-
just few of them, it's the same.
Which means members of their party also belong to their party.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. We're saying the same
I
thing.
still believe strongly that even if you're a member of that political party, and there, you have to have some level of influence before you have access to that empowerment.
Those kind of
Not
things.
to talk
That is
of
true.
me,
That is
who
true.
is my father.
Because there was a time when some APC youths were complaining. They were complaining until Sheyi Tinubu had to calm them. That was also last year. It went viral. They came out and saying this was not what they were promised. This was, and Sheyi Tinubu had to find a way to calm them down and give other promises. And that was all we had about it.
So
So
it
definitely,
still boils
even
down
within the
to-
party, there's still a lot of nepotism going on. There's still a lot of favoritism
Yeah.
going around. So it's just like the whole system on its own just needs a total overhaul.
Overhaul. If we continue to talk about this, I mean, it will really exhaust our time. So because
Definitely.
of time, we are going to move to the very next headline we have here. We have presidency to spend 1.98 billion on fueling generators this year. On fueling generators this year. I mean, 1.98 billion, not million, billion for just fueling generators this year. Now, the federal government continues to demonstrate that it is not isolated from the power supply crisis as it plans to spend 1.98 billion on fueling the state house generators this year. When I read its very first story here, the first paragraph, I was taken aback. I was surprised because you telling me the federal government continues to demonstrate that it is not isolated. So the government is saying that they are also going through what the masses are going through. So they are not isolated. Now, who should we blame? Since the federal government is also going through what the masses are going through. I mean, where should the masses have come from? Since it is like this. I want to go to you first, Ohunayo.
Well, one of the things that I will say is that it's a big slap on the face of this nation, Nigeria, if at this moment, even Aso Rock is still using generators. It's a big slap on the face of the government.
Actually.
Sincerely, it's a big slap, not on the face of Nigerians, but on the face of the government. Because one of the biggest manifestos on which this government came into power in 2015, especially this ruling party, APC, in 2015, was that electricity. They said Jonathan could not solve electricity. They spoke about the fuel crisis, dollar to naira crisis. But now I want to focus on fueling and electricity. And then since they came into power, the situation has become worse. It's a big slap on their faces. And now the government is now telling us that they are planning to spend 1.98 billion naira on fueling the state house generators this year. And I'm like, for what? For what exactly? We have industries that are running on fuel 24 hours daily. They have not planned to spend this amount yet. So what is in the state house that requires such massive fueling, such massive power? To the tune of 1.98 billion naira. And Nigerians are right to question that, is this just another case of inflating budgets for no reason so that a lot of money can be skimmed on the side? Because this is not the first time we've heard of such happening. So is this just another scheme to inflate prices, to inflate budgets? Because why? What is in Aso Rock that needs such level of fueling for a whole year?
Okay, Solanke, what do you have to say?
Aside the inflated budget, to me, I feel like the government actually expresses their own conveniences over fixing public power supply. Because what's there encouraging them that they can actually fix, and at least the masses will have equal access to this electricity rather than them spending 2 billion naira on generator fueling. So aside the inflated budget, I know they can never spend up to that. They inflated. It's just another way of embezzling our funds. So they're actually showing their irresponsibility out. They are not responsible.
Now, it was also reported that the ongoing villa solarization project, there's an ongoing villa solarization project. It said it will go up about 7 billion naira. The same project for which the government budgeted 10 billion naira last year. Now, the question is, Nigerians are asking, why solar? I mean, when you can actually fix what they call it, just as you said, the
Kanji
Kanji
Dam,
Dam,
yeah.
the power grip and all that. Why going for solar? I mean, other countries, neighboring countries that Nigeria supply electricity to, they are enjoying steady power supply. So why
So
is
what
Nigeria
is going on with
lagging
Nigerians?
behind? These are the
So
questions.
that's why I'm
So-
saying that this to me, it's all just gimmicks. It's all just gimmicks. There's since this government has been in power, there has been wasteful spending of our resources. It has been wasteful. It has been unneeded. You know, when President Tinubu came into power and he said subsidy is gone, and he told the Nigerian citizens to take baby steps of pain. Nigerian citizens were suffering, and the government was just lavishly spending money on extravagant. Look at the convoys they spent money on, buying cars for all members of the House of Assembly and the Senate, and so many things. And this is another example of wasting money instead of just fixing the problem. Now, I'm not saying solarization is bad. Solarization is a great idea. But instead of spending this lavish amount of the countries of the nation's commonwealth, in a country where 98% of the people in the country are actually poor, living below $1 per day. This money that is being spent on this, we don't need this amount of money to actually fix the power sector. If we have a serious government, you fix the power sector. But rather, they are trying to tell us, oh, even the president's villa, even the president is suffering from the same power issue that you guys have. Oh. So they want us they want the citizens to feel sympathetic, to feel emotional. Exactly, it's like an emotional blackmail. But do we have access to the same resources that the president has access to?
No.
We don't. And that is why all these are gimmicks. You want the citizens to sympathize with the government, but the citizens find it hard to sympathize with the government because the government refuses to actually do the needful. It's like being sick, and instead of, doing what is needed, you are sick, you went to the hospital, and the doctor told you that the only way to get rid of this is through surgery. The surgery will be painful, but at the end of the day, you live with your life and your health intact. And it's not going to leave scars on you. It will be painful. You will bear the pain, but no scars, nothing. But then the patient refused and said, can't you just give me drugs that I'll be using to manage it? This is the exact analogy that fits what the government is doing right now. Instead of fixing the power sector, they are trying to manage it.
All right, in a related development, we have federal government votes 19 billion naira for VP's aircraft engine and others. Federal government votes 19 billion naira for VP's aircraft engine, others. We just moved away from 1 point. Now we are seeing 19 billion naira for VP's aircraft engine and others. The federal government has allocated a cumulative 10.61 billion naira for the overhaul of engines on the Gulfstream G550 aircraft that was assigned to Vice President Kashim Shettima over a 3-year period. An analysis of the appropriation bills from 2024 to 2026 has revealed this. Now, the aircraft registered 5FGW received the highest single allocation. It received the highest single allocation among all engine overhaul projects in the presidential air fleet, accounting to 55% of the 19.27 billion naira total spent on engine maintenance across the fleet under the President Bola Tinubu administration. And the question is there no way out? I mean, no other way out apart from this, fat allocations being, channeled towards things like this. I mean, how do you describe this?
Well, one of the things I would actually start with in the analysis of this issue is the fact that why do we need a vice presidential fleet again? I mean, we've seen much more developed countries like Nigeria where they have only one presidential fleet that serves the president, serves the vice president, serves their family, serves even the senators of that country, serves the parliament where they have a prime minister, where they organize, where they, use the parliamentary system of government. So why do we need such fleets? And this is one of the things that the opposition candidate Peter Obi said he was going to get rid of: unnecessary spending. We don't need to show off our grandeur. We don't need to show off how much we have. We have so many fleets in the presidential fleet that are literally, I want to say they are useless right now. They are not being used. And every time, overhaul of engines, buying new fleets, we're just accumulating fleets. and their maintenance alone is taking money out of our national pockets. And yet the government keeps telling us there's not enough money, so they have to borrow. Now you are borrowing to service debt. You're borrowing more debt to service more debts, to service more debts upon debt. You are not using the money to benefit the people, to benefit the nation in such a way that the people of the nation can give back to you. So why do we need all that? If the fleet is going to be a problem, scrap it and let's focus on only one. Let's have just one, serving the needs of the nation until the nation is balanced economically. And when the nation is balanced economically, that's when we can now say we want to have a presidential fleet, a vice presidential fleet. It's not that it's bad to have all those. But for a country like Nigeria that is going through a restructuring of its economical values right now, the so-called baby steps of pain that President Tinubu said. But I don't know why. Our ruling parties, they only want the commoners, the common people, the citizens to be the ones going through this baby step of pain. Their own comfortability is so key to them. What does the vice president need a vice presidential fleet for in a country where the economy is in shambles?
All right, Solanke.
Can I come in there? Firstly, I would like to say that I see it as another tactic of exploitation. It's another form of exploitation, just like Ohunayo has rightly said. They're actually there for service. They are not there for their comfortability. They are meant to actually serve us. We are the ones that are meant to go through those comforts, and they are there to actually help us
to actually weather the pain for us.
That's just it.
But the reverse is the case in Nigeria. The citizens will face the pain, and then the leaders will enjoy.
And they said they are serving us. We are the ones serving them. Because why, just like Ohunayo said, what's the need for the other fleet? Why can't they have just one, and the one should serve for the president, the vice president, and every other member there? Why do they need another one? So I see it as they are just there to just actually comfort themselves. They are actually there for themselves and not for the masses.
All right, before we draw the curtain here, I want to know what's the way out? Say there's no any problem without a solution. What is the way out?
The solution has been the solution has been suggested by so many economists, and I'm talking about versatile and prolific economists who know what they are doing, not the ones that are looking for government appointment, the ones that are unbiased. I'm talking about unbiased sources. They have always given the same solution. Government needs to cut its spending. Cut government spending. You don't need to spend on. We all saw how Trump did it when he came into power with DOG, Department of Government Efficiency, and they started cutting wasteful spending. And you know, the economy, at first it felt as if things were going to crumble, but America didn't crumble eventually. Now their economy is the better for it. But I don't know why Nigerian government refuses to cut its spending. They refuse to discomfort themselves. Rather, they want to discomfort. The citizens should go through discomfort rather than the leadership should go through discomfort. And it's sad, because that's not how it's supposed to be. When uneasy lies the head that wears the crown, so they say. So why is it that it's the head that's not wearing the crown that's uneasy? Why? So the best solution is for government to cut spending, cut wasteful extravagances. We don't need all that. If truly Nigeria is going through these economic reforms, if the economic reforms are actually really important for the nation to grow and develop and become the pride of Africa and the world at large, then government should cut their wasteful spending. We should not be the ones going through the baby steps of pain every time. Government, join us in going through the baby steps of pain. Let your citizens be comfortable for once too.
Okay, so Solanke, what will you say?
Yeah, I agree on Ohunayo on that. Yes, I would like to second him on that. They should prioritize what's it called? The needs come before wants, right? They should prioritize what is actually needed to be that needed the highest percentage of priority, because to me they are actually there just for their own comfort, just like I've said earlier on. So the only solution now is just for them to prioritize what is meant to be prioritized, and then if there's excess or if there's extra, then they cannot. No one is saying they shouldn't enjoy, because I'm very sure that they're actually there for their own benefit. It's not as if they love the masses, they want to serve. No, they are not there to serve, but at least they should please prioritize the most important need. Thank you.
All right, viewers at home, this is where we're drawing the curtain on the Confab this beautiful afternoon. We thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you for choosing Esteem Radio Vision. But before we call it a day, my analyst here will want to say one or two things, like a parting remark.
I don't really have a pattern remark because everything that I need to say has already been said, especially to the government
Keep
to
watching
cut this thing. But for the viewers at home, I'll say that this is Esteem Radio Vision, and please, if you love this and you want to keep seeing more of this, then we need your support. And how will we get your support? Come down to the comment section and give your opinions. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
We want to hear from you. We want a conversation. Keep the conversation going. These topics should not just die like that. The government needs to hear our voice.
Exactly.
Until you speak up. Until you speak up, they can't hear us.
All right.
So speak up and come under the comment section and please talk.
All right, Solanke, just say one or two things to the viewers.
All right. Just like we've all known that our election is approaching soon, so all eligible voters should please exercise their right. Vote for the right person. Even if you're giving what's it called, incentives or anything, collect it. Still follow the right person. Yes.
That's a good one. You collect it and still
follow the right person.
Yes,
Do
follow
not
the
sell
right
out
person,
your
the
soul.
right candidate. All right, viewers, we want to say thank you so much for choosing Esteem Radio Vision. Thank you for staying with us. At this point, we will wrap it up on the Confab. Don't forget that tomorrow the Confab will still be coming your way. Do well to join us on the show, and don't forget to leave us with a comment, like, and also share. And for adverts, for sponsorship, you can always reach out to us on 0916 634 9956, and follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Esteem Radio Vision and on YouTube at Esteem Studio. Until we come your way again, I still remain Chidema Abel. I want to say a very big thank you to our CEO in the person of Dike Michael Ajiboye, the founder of Eniakbole Foundation and Esteem Radio Vision. And also want to appreciate our producer in the person of Ayoel Adenikpe Kun Afolabi. Thank you so much. Until we come your way again, I still remain Chidema. Bye for now.